Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. In today's video we're going to look at getting started with the Cities of Sigmar in Warhammer Age of Sigmar using the Fusil-Platoon Spearhead box set as a starting point. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. Leading this box set is the first of two heroes, the Alchemite Warforger. This is a Wizard 1 character, so it's able to cast one spell in your hero phase and potentially cast or dispel once in your opponent's. It's got 5 health, 5 inch move, 5+ save. Now it's got a few attacks in combat with Ren 1 damage D3, but the Runic Crucible there as well is its other hero phase ability to pick a friendly Cities of Sigmar human unit hollow within 12 inch, and on a 3+ of a D6 roll they get to add one to their save rolls until next turn. The other hero we have in the box set is the Fusil Major on Ogre Warhulk. This does have a nice 8 health and 3+ save. It's also got an anti-hero +1 rend crit auto wound long Fusil with damage to Ren 1 standard, so Ren 2 against enemy characters, and its Warhulk mace as well is an Ogre attacking in combat, so Ren 2 damage 2 on 4 attacks. Now, Mark Targets is a cool ability where you get to pick an enemy unit that was targeted by its shooting attacks, and you get to add +1 to hit for any other Cities of Sigmar human units that target that same unit. And the Fortified Position ability is an ability we'll see on a bunch of different units where essentially if it doesn't move, it ignores a point of Ren coming into attacks against it. The first of our two units inside the initial box set are the Free Guild Fusiliers. 1 health, 4+ save unit. They've got Fortified Position as well to ignore some rends, and their Fusiliers fire ability means each time they shoot they can choose to either have the Fortified Position shooting attack or the Fusil Cannon mobile rule. These are going to give them a couple of different abilities, more shots if they stand sort of still in the Fortified Position, but they can get shoot in combat if they're the mobile profile. Now they've also got Black Powder Squire. This is a little token that goes along with the unit, and each time this unit uses a shoot ability, if the Black Powder Squire is on the battlefield, they can reroll hit rolls of 1, though if a hit roll rerolled in this manner is 1, you remove the Black Powder Squire and can't use him for the rest of the game. The other of our two starting units are the Wildercorpse Hunters. Now these guys are sort of the rangers of the Cities of Sigmar. They've got hunting crossbows for the vast majority of them, and hunting arbalest for one model, which is a nice Ren 2 damage D3 long range weapon. However, you do have quite a few Trailhounds in the unit as well. These are going to have some decent combat attacks in comparison to the other unit. They wound on 3s rather than 4s. But you've got some cool abilities. First of all, Expert Trackers allow them to make a normal move before the game begins, and Hidden and Dangerous passive ability means the unit's not visible to enemy units more than 12 inch away while they are affected by any cover terrain. In addition, they get to add one to their hit rolls for their shooting attacks while they hold within 3 inch of any terrain feature. And so one of the cool things about this new Spearhead is when you combine it with the old Spearhead, the original one, they are actually going to make a full 1,000 point army. So for that purpose, we've gone with the Free Guild Cavalier Marshal here. 7 health, 3+ save. It's got some cool attacks in combat and a Dragon Pistol at range. But really, it's all about the abilities that it passes on to some of your other human cavalry units. For Sigmar, Charge gives you +1 to charge rolls for this unit and any friendly Free Guild Cavaliers while they're hollow in 12 inch. So important there to charge your Cavaliers in first. However, if this unit charges this turn, you can pick a friendly Cities of Sigmar human cavalry unit within 12, and they'll gain strikes first. So you charge off your other unit, he then charges in to be alongside them, and you can give strikes first to the Cavaliers. Speaking of Free Guild Cavaliers, they are the next unit we're going to talk about. Their Cavalier weapons are charge +1 damage, so Ren 1 damage 2 on the charge is nice, and Devastating Charge as well allows them to inflict some mortal damage on the charge. 3 health and a 3+ save means they do survive quite a bit. They're actually quite a tanky unit in comparison to their offensive damage they're going to put out. They've also got access to a champion for +1 attack on one of the models, and a standard bearer which is going to give them some extra control score as well. Back onto infantry, we have a unit of Free Guild Steelhelms. 1 health, 4+ save. The Consecrate the Land ability means while they're contesting an objective you control that's not contested by any enemy models, they can roll a dice. On a 3+, they consecrate the objective, and while any Cities of Sigmar humans are on a consecrated objective, they get Ward 5+. However, if your opponent gains control of that objective, they will lose that ability of consecrated on that particular objective, so they can put it back on at a later time. Now they've got the champion in there as well for +1 attack on one of their models. Something interesting is their musician and standard bearer is actually the same model in this unit. They do provide both the buffs, so important to keep that model out of harm's way. And lastly, we have an Iron World Great Cannon. This giant cannon has 2 different shooting profiles, so you can choose with the shot and shell ability to either do the cannonball or the grape shot. The grape shot more attacks, shorter range, and does hit better but doesn't wound as well, while the cannonball does hit on a 4 but wounds on a 2 and has a nice D3 +2 damage with Rend 2. Once again, we have that fortified position ability coming into it as well, where if this unit doesn't move, they get to ignore a point of Rend coming in from any enemy attacks. And so the Cities of Sigmar list we've chosen to build today is going to have Bulwark Zone as our passive ability from Fortress City Defenders. This means if we've got fortified position on any of our units, they start the game in that position. And in addition, in the first battle round, we subtract 1 from wound rolls for attacks that target any freeing Cities of Sigmar units while they're wholly within friendly territory. So a good way to sort of stop our army getting alpha struck. Regiment 1 has our Alchemite Warforger, which is going to be our general with the artifact of power, the Brazier of Holy Flame, to return some models to friendly units. We then have the Fusiliers, Wildercorpse Hunters, and Freeguild Steelhelms all in this model's regiments. Regiment 2 then has our hero as the Freeguild Cavalier Marshal, and then for units we have the Freeguild Cavaliers, the Fusil Major on Ogre Warhawk, which is actually a hero we can take in other heroes' regiments, with the heroic trait Master of Ballistics, and an Ironworld Great Cannon there as well. We hope this video was helpful in getting you started with Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and it was able to give you some ideas and inspiration to start your own force in the game. If you have any other questions at all, please comment down below. And while you're there, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and join our Discord server to check out all our future Warhammer Age of Sigmar content.